Hello, do you want to be able to draw something like this that you see on the screen right now? Well, then you've come to the right video. So, hello and welcome to another video. This is my first digital painting video, so I hope it goes well, but today, as you just saw from the screen, we're going to be drawing some snowy mountains. So, let's get right in. And first, I started off by just drawing like a quick sketch of how it's gonna look like. This took like 5 minutes. It was nothing but so first I just drew like the snowy cliff, kind of this cliff part in the foreground, and then some big rocks in the midground, and then I drew like that big mountain in the center. That's going to be the main focus of the painting, and then some background mountains in the background. So now I'm just painting the snow. I feel like snow is really hard to paint, so I really couldn't like get anything better than just that blue thing. I tried to replicate some other paintings that had snow, but it was really hard. So now I'm doing the rocks, and for the rocks, just pick some like nice bluish darkish color, and then put that in the middle of the rock, and then pick a darker color of that, a darker tone of that, and also a lighter tone. Paint the lighter tone on top, darker tone on the bottom, to get like a nice shadow light effect. I don't really know what to call it, but yeah, and so do that. And I have a custom brush that draws these like snow mountain rocky parts. I have all the brushes I use in the description. I did not make them, other artists did, so make sure to check them out too. I linked them in the description. They're really good artists, so, and yeah, the brushes they made are amazing. So now I'm just doing the same thing I did to the snow, same thing I did to the rock with the snow. I'm picking a main color and then doing some lighter and darker tones. Yeah, as I explained, snow is really hard to draw, so I don't know if it looks that good, but I guess, yeah, that's really the best I can do. I'm sure other people can do better, but I just can't as of now. And yeah, I just did the same thing to that rock as I did with the rock before, and so I'm just going to be doing the same thing pretty much to these 3 rocks, which actually end up being one like big rock at the end of the video, later in the video. But yeah, I picked a kind of more bluish saturated color for this because I just thought like it should be a little lighter, and I thought it looked pretty nice, so that's what I'm using. And yep, I just do the same thing, pick a mid-tone and then lighter, darker, and I used a custom brush. Oh, by the way, the thing that you're seeing on like the left side of the screen, that's my key. That's the thing to show like what keys I'm pressing. I think it's pretty useful. It's called, I forgot what it's called. Let me check right now actually. It's called Karnak. If you're ever planning to do art videos, use it. It's pretty useful. So yeah, as you can see, it looks like one big rock, and yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. So I tried to paint a haze on that big mountain, but for some reason it didn't work. I did it later in the video, but it didn't really matter anyways. So for this, I'm using a lighter like snowy color, and because the light, I think I'm picturing the sun being in like the top right corner, kind of like the top right, so that part should be really light. So I did that, and oh, the video accidentally got cut, but that's okay, it wasn't that much. And yeah, I just stretched that like the front part of the big mountain because I thought it looked a little weird. Yeah, I was just putting my thing back on. But anyways, I did that, and so that's the great thing about Photoshop that you can't really do in like traditional. You can like change stuff, like stretch it, transform it, whatever. And by the way, you can actually use this tutorial on any drawing software. you just can't do the last part where I'm gonna use the camera raw filter to make it look a lot better, but that part doesn't really matter that much. So if you can't do that with your drawing program, it doesn't really matter. But right now, it looks alright. I don't really like how it looks that much, but the camera raw filter fixes a lot. So and the haze also. There's a lot of little things like the haze, the blur, camera raw that really make it much better. So now I'm just doing the background mountains. They don't matter at all because I'm gonna put a Gaussian blur on them later. Yeah, they don't matter. So you can just like do one solid color, it doesn't even matter. For the sky, I just used a gradient, and the clouds, I used some custom brushes. I linked them in the description along with the credits to the artist, so make sure to go check that out. So now the painting's pretty much done, and you just want to duplicate it, make a backup, duplicate it, and then merge it. And yeah, so just leave the duplicate in case you do something wrong, and do not merge the duplicate. So yeah, I'm making the haze right now. I just set the opacity to 25 and used a solid color layer, and then clipped it onto the background mountains and the big mountain. So yeah, it's looking pretty good now. So now I'm using the camera raw filter. These settings, I did not make them, actually. So they are made by an artist named Benny Productions, and I linked a photo of the camera raw filter in the description from him, and I just changed it a little bit. Oh, the video cut off. I'm not really sure what happened, but anyways, I put the filter in the description, the filter settings in the description, so go click that to apply the filter. And yeah, so I'll just put the final version here. I'm not really sure why it cut off like that, but it did. So as you can see, I think it looks pretty good. You could make it a lot better if you spent more time on it, like this one that I made before the video. It took me like 5 days to make it, and as you can see, it looks way better, in my opinion at least, than the one that took less than an hour to make. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the videos, and thanks for watching. So make sure to subscribe if you liked it, and like the video if you liked it. And yeah, I guess that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll make some more drawing videos, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.